Level 1. Street-level villains. At the foundation of every comic universe are the street-level villains, the gangsters, assassins, psychopaths, and masterminds who rule the criminal underworld. They have no powers, no alien technology, and no armies. Their weapons are fear, intelligence, and obsession. They remind us that evil doesn't need cosmic power. It only needs opportunity. Characters like the Joker, the Penguin, Wilson Fisk, and Bullseye thrive in this space. Joker is chaos incarnate, proving that madness and ideology can rival any superpower. Penguin represents corruption hidden beneath civility, a criminal kingpin who operates through manipulation and wealth. Kingpin, from Marvel's Hell's Kitchen, mirrors that archetype, a symbol of organized power and moral decay, controlling heroes through politics, media, and brute force. Bullseye embodies precision and madness combined, turning any object into a weapon. Street-level villains are essential because they make heroes vulnerable in the most human way. Batman can't punch his way out of psychological warfare with the Joker. Daredevil can't simply outfight Fisk's influence over New York's institutions. These villains prove that fear, corruption, and insanity are every bit as dangerous as godlike strength, because they thrive inside human nature. Level 2. Enhanced or superhuman villains. The next tier brings power into the equation. Villains who have stepped beyond human limitations through science, mutation, or otherworldly circumstances. They may still operate on Earth, but their power and ambition elevate them above local crime. Characters like Dr. Octopus, Venom, Reverse Flash, and Bane embody this stage. Otto Octavius isn't merely a man with robotic limbs. He's a genius who sees himself as superior to humanity. Venom is both parasite and symbol, representing the corruption of heroism and the struggle for identity. Reverse Flash weaponizes time itself to torment Barry Allen, proving that obsession can twist even superhuman ability into pure evil. And Bane, enhanced by the Venom serum, combines intellect and brutality to create one of Batman's greatest physical and mental challenges. What sets these villains apart is scale. They force heroes to adapt, to evolve, to think faster and hit harder. They're not simply obstacles, they're mirrors, reflections of what happens when power is gained without restraint. Each encounter raises the stakes, reminding heroes that physical ability without moral discipline is the fastest path to destruction. Level 3. Metahuman and national threats. As power grows, so does reach. Villains at this level are no longer local menaces. They are strategic, global, and ideological. Their actions can destabilize nations and reshape history. These villains possess the intelligence, resources, or charisma to command armies, manipulate governments, and inspire entire movements. Lex Luthor, Dr. Doom, Ra's al Ghul, and Ultron represent this echelon perfectly. Luthor, with no superpowers, stands as Superman's deadliest foe because he channels humanity's deepest insecurity, the fear of being obsolete in the face of gods. Doom, the ruler of Latveria, merges science and mysticism to make himself a one-man empire. Ra's al Ghul believes in ecological genocide, purifying Earth through destruction. Ultron, the AI son of Hank Pym, considers extinction a form of mercy. At this stage, villains believe they're right. They're not driven by greed or chaos, but by ideology. And that makes them far more dangerous. They force heroes to question not just how to fight, but what they're fighting for. Every encounter becomes a moral trial. Do you save the world, or do you save your soul? Level 4. Planetary threats. Here, villains transcend nations. They endanger the entire planet. These are beings whose very existence can cause global catastrophe. The heroes of Earth must unite because one hero, even Superman, may not be enough. Darkseid, Brainiac, Apocalypse, and Thanos sit at this level. Darkseid doesn't just conquer worlds. He seeks the anti-life equation to annihilate free will itself. Brainiac travels the stars, bottling cities and consuming knowledge, treating civilizations like collectibles. Apocalypse manipulates evolution, orchestrating genocide to ensure survival of the fittest. And Thanos, whether wielding the Infinity Gauntlet or acting as the Mad Titan, kills not out of hatred, but to impose cosmic balance. Planetary-level villains redefine what it means to save the world. Their motives are often rooted in philosophy rather than emotion. They're gods in all but name, forcing humanity to confront insignificance. When these beings arrive, it's not just about victory, it's about survival. Level 5. Cosmic and Universal Villains. Beyond Earth lie the entities who exist on a universal scale, villains who bend galaxies to their will and alter the laws of existence. These beings often transcend human morality entirely. Villains like Galactus, Dormammu, Trigon, Nekron, and Annihilus define this category. Galactus is not evil in the traditional sense. He is necessity, a force of nature feeding on worlds to sustain the balance of the cosmos. Dormammu commands the dark dimension, waging eternal war on reality itself. Trigon rules entire dimensions through fear and corruption, fathering demonic legacies like Raven. Nekron, the literal embodiment of death, leads the Black Lantern Corps, resurrecting the dead to extinguish all life. When these villains appear, it's not about morality or justice, it's about metaphysics. Heroes confront not just power, but existential terror. Every battle against them questions why existence persists at all. Level 6. Multiversal Villains. Now the scale reaches the incomprehensible. These are entities that can rewrite creation, destroy timelines, and devour entire realities. Their battles reshape the laws of existence across countless universes. Villains like the Anti-Monitor, Perpetua, the Beyonder, Dr. Manhattan, and Knull belong here. The Anti-Monitor consumed infinite universes during Crisis on Infinite Earths, killing entire timelines with his antimatter waves. The Beyonder manipulated all of existence in secret wars, reducing reality to a playground for his curiosity. Perpetua, mother of the Monitor and Anti-Monitor, literally built the multiverse from her own design before attempting to remake it in her image. Dr. Manhattan, born from Watchmen and merged into the DC timeline, became a god of causality, altering history with a thought. Knull, the primordial god of darkness, forged the symbiotes and brought a war of shadows across realities. At this level, villains aren't just threats, they're creators. They force heroes to confront what happens when omnipotence turns nihilistic. These are the enemies of creation itself, and every victory against them is temporary because they are part of the universe's cycle. Level 7. Abstract and Conceptual Villains. The final level goes beyond even gods and creators. These are not beings with bodies or motives. They are personifications of ideas: death, darkness, judgment, or nothingness itself. They exist outside time, beyond universes, and above morality. Characters like Lucifer, Morningstar, the Great Darkness, Oblivion, Entropy, and even the shadow aspects of the presence or the one above all embody this level. Lucifer, from the Sandman and Lucifer series, is second only to God in power, but acts from self-awareness and existential rebellion rather than evil. The Great Darkness represents the totality of malevolence in the DC multiverse, influencing all lesser villains as echoes of its will. Oblivion and Entropy are cosmic inevitabilities, the quiet end that awaits all creation. At this stage, villainy ceases to be a choice and becomes a cosmic function. Battles here are allegories: creation versus void, hope versus meaninglessness. When stories reach this level, they stop being superhero tales and become mythology, asking readers the oldest question of all: why does existence persist when nothingness is easier? From Gotham's alleys to the endless void between universes, villains form the architecture of comic book storytelling. They are the mirrors that reflect our fears, from crime and corruption to extinction and existential dread. Street thugs show humanity's potential for cruelty. Metahumans show what happens when power loses empathy. Cosmic gods show how fragile reality truly is. And abstract forces remind us that even gods are small within the infinite. Every hero's greatness is defined by the scale of what they face. And in comics, those scales stretch from the human to the divine. Understanding the hierarchy of villainy reveals not just power levels, but the evolution of storytelling itself, from detective noir to cosmic theology. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the levels of comic book villains, make sure to subscribe to Explained Comics and hit the notification bell so you never miss another exploration of the hidden structure behind Marvel and DC's mythologies. Now, I want to hear from you. Which level of villain fascinates you the most? The grounded madness of the Joker or the cosmic might of the Anti-Monitor? Let me know in the comments below, and your response might shape the next episode.